Have you ever noticed how some people always seem to be happy? They are enthusiastic about the journey, no matter what obstacles life tosses on the path. Have they ever made you think, why can't I be that happy? If you feel that happiness is a challenge for you, you are not alone. Many of us feel that happiness is not possible for us. I once, long ago, felt that happiness was too far out of reach. I could not tell if my depression, anxiety, and despair was from my circumstances or a chemical imbalance. At times, I felt fragile and hopeless. At other times, I felt stuck and lonely. Most of the time, I felt like there was no way out. Lonely and isolated, I self-medicated with too much weed, bad food, bad sitcoms, and bad relationships. Too painful to go on, I had a choice to make. End it all, which would crush my parents, or make a committed choice to create happiness in my life. Once I made the committed choice to create happiness, I was able to generate it in a remarkably short period of time. I found happiness by making a decision to take action in the right direction. I sought wisdom from great ancient philosophies, as well as modern therapists and spiritual programs. Once I made the commitment to create happiness, I found it. It took work, trust, and courage, but it all worked. So let's grab a coffee with Lao Tzu and Jonathan Haidt, the author of The Happiness Hypothesis. This is a video about how to be happy. In the book The Happiness Hypothesis, author and psychologist Jonathan Haidt teaches us that happiness is the byproduct of taking certain actions. In the book, author Jonathan Haidt uncovers that happiness can be generated by growing in 4 key areas of life. Number 1, find meaningful work. Remember the last time you felt fully immersed in something that you were doing? Maybe you were playing a video game or Sudoku. It could have been when you were hiking or traveling, or maybe you were making out on that first date or second date. Hours flew by because it felt like you were both in your own little world. Time quickly passed by because your progress and your energized focus kept you engaged. This experience has often been referred to as being in a state of flow. Imagine earning a living doing work that puts you in a state of flow. When we experience that energized focus, we do not think about happiness because we are already happy. Happiness just happens to be a byproduct. They say that time flies when you're having fun, and being in a state of flow can be more than just fun, because you feel enriched with positive anticipation. So, as you sit there sipping on that latte this morning, or in the evening, whenever, I want you to imagine what activities put you into a state of flow. For me, it was surprisingly web development. This discovery was a fortunate accident, as I never imagined that I enjoyed writing code. And then I tried it. I learned that coding made me feel smart, creative, and that it gave me autonomy because I could solve a problem the way I wanted. The quickest way to find what puts us into a state of flow is to try new things. Something will eventually click, and when it does, you may have just discovered your next career. Number 2, develop meaningful relationships. As an introvert, I used to feel that happiness could be achieved by meditation, good books, and a great lover. However, science and the happiness hypothesis taught us that meditation, solitude, and just a romantic partner is not enough. We thrive best when we are a part of something bigger than ourselves. When you connect with a community, you become a part of something bigger than yourself, and you experience more happiness. Connecting one-on-one with a friend is great, but try group events too. Bring your friends together and make introductions. Us humans are hardwired to be a part of a tribe, and group events support that wiring. It can be any type of community. Religious, spiritual, maybe it's a community of car enthusiasts or a book club. You will likely find that your happiness increases when you are part of a group where you can add value and then create those bonding experiences with others. When groups gather, magical things happen. Push yourself to meet up with a group of friends at least once per month. Number 3, be a part of something that is bigger than you. Happiness comes when we are a part of something that is bigger than us. Volunteer at a homeless shelter. Help save pets' lives. Join a meetup that focuses on wellness and happiness. Join a 12-step program or a spiritual group. Join a volleyball team. If you're an activist, join a group that supports your cause and then get out there and make a ruckus with your new friends. When you become part of something that is bigger than yourself, you will focus on the cause and you will be less focused on yourself. You will no longer think about your happiness because happiness will be who you are. Number 4, happiness comes from making progress, not the goal itself. Things won are done. Joy's soul lies in the doing. Shakespeare. Our brains have a reward mechanism. The progress you make increases your feelings of excitement, anticipation, and hope. And these feelings, they become your friends along the journey. But once you reach the destination, these feelings disappear soon after. When we understand how the reward is in the pursuit, we may feel some fear of success because we fear that the feelings of excitement and hope will disappear once the destination is reached. But fear not. There is always room for another goal. Now, let's look to ancient wisdom and learn what Lao Tzu teaches us about how to be happy. The Tao Te Ching. Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching teach us similar ideas about how to be happy. The Tao Te Ching teaches us that happiness can be found by focusing our efforts in the following 4 key areas. Number 1, resources. Lao Tzu tells us that the first key area of happiness lies in building and maintaining our resources. Income is one resource. There was a study which concluded that after we achieve an income of roughly $80,000 USD per year, incremental income increases will no longer increase happiness levels. The idea is that as long as you have enough income to cover your basic living expenses, and some additional income to create rewarding experiences for you and your loved ones, such as travel, arts, and philanthropy, then you will generate happiness. That income level will vary by region, of course. If you're in New York or San Francisco, maybe double it or triple, and it also depends on if you're raising a family. But income level is only one resource. Brain power and energy are two of your most important resources. Energy is needed to learn, to create relationships, to add value, and to earn an income. Energy is needed to manage all your resources, and it is the most important resource. The next key area Lao Tzu teaches us about is relationships. Similar to the happiness hypothesis, the Tao Te Ching tells us that relationships are a key factor in living a healthy life. The Tao Te Ching states that we must have harmonious relationships with ourselves, with others, and with all things. The bonds we form with others help us grow, and our romantic partners help us grow the most, as they often trigger our traumas most often. Sometimes the simplest act of kindness to strangers in your community can increase your happiness. For example, if you sincerely ask the cashier at the coffee shop, "How is your day going?" you are spreading joy and happiness with your genuine curiosity. Try this habit daily for at least 1 month, and you may notice an increase in your own level of happiness. The third key area to focus on, according to the Tao Te Ching, is self-development. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Lao Tzu. According to Lao Tzu, in order to be happy, we must strive to achieve self-mastery. We must master our fears. We should master all of our emotions, because when we practice self-development and we make progress, happiness is generated by the progress made each step of the way. Self-development comes in many forms. Let's start with the brain and wisdom. Learn how to learn. We must learn to master our thinking and the emotions that our thoughts generate. Many of us deal with cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions are categories of thoughts that come from our childhood traumas. Make sure your thoughts are not trapped in a cycle of cognitive distortions. There is a link in the description of this video to another video about how we can detect and take control of our cognitive distortions. It includes powerful journaling exercises. Develop your wisdom. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu. Wisdom is equal to knowledge plus experience. When we take action on what we've learned, we gain wisdom. Knowledge alone is not enough. It is only through wisdom that we truly grow and generate happiness as a byproduct. When you learn something new, put the knowledge into action as quickly as you can, so that you can turn that knowledge into experience. For example, if you've recently read a book on copywriting or took a course on copywriting, take that knowledge and get out there and write a mesmerizing Facebook ad right now and see what gets results. Some of your ads are going to fail, but it's only through the process of putting your knowledge to work that you will learn which style of ads will succeed for your offer. It is only by breaking things that you will gain wisdom to soar above the clouds. You have to experience growing pains to experience happiness. We all have to put in the work. There's no better reward than your own happiness. Start spreading happiness today. The best way to become happy is to give it away. Be curious at the checkout counter, or about that stranger at a party. Ask that person, how's your day going? Make that person smile with your genuine curiosity. The quickest way to be happy is to send it right on over to that person. Even if just for a brief moment, to give happiness to someone else. Because at the start of the day, it's just coffee.